when you were talking earlier about the irony of Scientology saying "think for yourself" when it's really about control, I think about I watched that 2004 IS thing, and you had already been in the 8E room and in some other forms of confinement, and you were let out so that you could come up on stage and give this presentation about Narconon and applied scholastics. So, how you must have been aware of in your own mind about that irony that you were supposed to think for yourself, but you were under a lot of control. Can you tell me how it was working out in your mind at that point?
Not really well. I mean, Tony, I had written that comment on Marty's blog recently that he turned into a post, even though it wasn't, I hadn't really composed it as a post, called Why We Stay.
Why We Stay.
And it was sort of my attempt a bit to try and explain or come to grips with what is it that goes on in your head, because it's the question that everybody asks you, like, well, you seem like a sort of an intelligent person. Why the fuck did you stick around to put up with that shit? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, hello, is there anybody home? Are you really there? What's going on? And I don't think that it's really an easy thing to describe or explain. I mean, I know it's not, because I have difficulty doing it, and I'm the one that experienced it. I mean, I have difficulty coming to an understanding of it myself, let alone explaining it to someone else. But I can tell you one thing that happens is your personal survival for the next day, or what's going to happen to you tonight or tomorrow when you get up in the morning, becomes like really significant, because it's threatened all the time. And threatened with, you're going to lose your family, you're going to lose your eternity, you're going to lose your, everything that you've ever had in life, and it's all going to be taken away from you, and it can just go like that. So it's like a fight to do those things that you think will allow you to survive another day, and hopefully it will be better. And so it's very, very vividly, crystally clear to me what Debbie Cook said in her testimony, that when those papers get put in front of you, you'll sign anything. You're like willing to just, she said, they could have put papers down there that said I would murder babies. Well, I've written a lot of shit like that, that are all efforts to try and satisfy some unbelievably strange, twisted, perverted standard of what's good behavior and acceptable and is going to get you through the day and into tomorrow. And there's a bunch of shit like that I've written, and the church, of course, trots all those things out, and they're all in your handwriting, and oh, look at this, look what he said, he was trying to destroy Miscavige, and blah. I mean, these are all the things that you are required to do and say in order to keep surviving like a fucking cockroach. And you think that survival like a cockroach is really cool, because you could actually be an ant. And when you get down to ant level, you could be, an amoeba. It's like the dwindling spiral of existence is, Dan Kuhn made a very, very interesting comment in that thread. And he said, look, part of it is this incremental degrees of degradation. He said, it's the old adage, you drop a frog in boiling water, it'll jump right out. You put it in cold water and slowly turn up the heat, it will sit there until it's cooked. And that is also a part of it. You become inured to the conditions and the treatment. And because you get inured to it, it becomes more draconian to try and create any effect. You know, like from the Miscavige side of that equation, oh, these guys don't respond to anything. So, oh, well, you know, I threw them in the swimming pool, and, you know, now I'm going to throw them in the lake where it's dirty and there's slugs. Oh, that didn't work? Oh, I'm going to throw them in the septic pit. Oh, that didn't work? I'm going to stick their head in the toilet and flush the you know, like, it gets, because you get used to it, then the efforts to create an effect on you get greater and greater and greater. But it's very incremental.